If you want to know how to use Instagram to attract clients or customers without using paid advertising, without spending hours on Instagram or spending time soliciting complete strangers using the DM feature. If those are the things that you do not want to do when you're on Instagram, then this video is for you. My name is Stacie Walker. I help people build low volume, high value coaching or consulting businesses without experiencing overwhelm or burnout. Okay, because who wants that? So Instagram, it's the primary platform I use to grow my business, and a number of my clients have successfully used Instagram to get their first client or multiple clients, or to just continue to expand their business. We are going to go over 5 things. The first thing is posting schedule. I commit to posting 4 times a week minimum. If I have space to post more, I will. Like right now, this is the last quarter. We're in December of 2022, and I'm posting more frequently than usual because the last quarter, I always ramp things up so I can get the build. That way, when we get into 2023, I have the momentum going, and it makes it so much easier to enroll clients into whatever I'm offering. You have to commit to being consistent on the platform. If you do not do this, people will start unfollowing you. People will forget about you, and you don't want your best fit client or customer to forget about you. You don't want your best fit client or customer to see that you are not consistently showing up. Consistently does not mean every day. Find a schedule that's going to work for you and stick to it for a minimum of 90 days. I already have my whole Instagram strategy for 2023 mapped out. I already know what I'm doing, and that's what I can help you with if you don't know how to do that, because this is what helps you stay committed, consistent, and also it helps you enroll the clients that you're meant to help. What do you have space for right now? What do you think you can commit to right now? Because you showing up, staying consistent and committed is going to help your best fit client or customer see that you are serious about helping them get the results that they want. You have to commit to yourself before anybody's going to commit to you first. Like, this was a hard lesson I learned back in 2017. There was a time when I wasn't being consistent. But for the most part, I am consistent at least 95% of the time. Find out what works for you. Okay. So mine is a minimum of 4 days a week. And here's another thing. If you are using Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, if you're using a ton of platforms to get your message out there, I want you to narrow down to 2. A primary platform and a secondary platform. Instagram is my primary platform, and YouTube is my secondary platform. So my focus goes into these 2 platforms, but my main focus is Instagram. And then I funnel people to here, YouTube. Okay. All right. So you want to do less. Again, you want to do less. Less will help you reap the rewards. Doing less and keeping things simple helps you get the results that you want faster. I promise you that. I promise you that, because I've made the mistake trying to be everywhere and doing all the things, and it did nothing but burn me out, overwhelm me, and I wasn't able to really see how everything was going to come together, everything that I was doing in my business, to make it work, right? And to make it work all the time, right? Not a fluke, not luck, like all the time. So everything that I do is not just on the whim. It's not an accident. It's not based off of how I feel. Everything that I do is intentional so I can get the results that I want, right? And I teach my clients to do the same thing, because I know this is something that's hard to do, especially if you have not been doing that. That's why I like to work in 90-day increments, because that's a long enough time to change your habits and to also measure what's working and what's not. When it comes to content format, reels and stories, and this is as of right now. Now, this could change in 5 months, 6 months. My stories are usually running every single day. I am creating a lot of reels. Reels is getting priority right now. What's even getting priority above reels is live reels, live stream. So if you're not using reels to get reach, please start using them. Think of a creative way that you can do this. There's new people coming into your world every single day. You definitely want to get the most mileage out of the content you've already created. And I love helping my clients create long lasting pieces of content that take their best fit client on a journey from not knowing them to getting their attention to engaging, consuming the content, engaging with them, and then ultimately buying from them. Okay. And another thing with my Instagram posts, the post type, the stories and the reels, my goal is to get anyone that's consuming my content, who's resonating with it, who may be my best fit client. Goal is to get them to click my link right here. You see that link in bio? So I do have calls to action. Let me share that with you. I do have calls to actions. Let me go to these testimonials right here. I do have calls to action on every single one of my posts. Some posts I might not. The posts that I usually don't are like inspirational type posts. Most of the time I don't have a call to action on them. But my other post, if you study my content, you will see that every single post is directing people to click the link in my bio, and I'm directing them to somewhere specific. So I'm directing them to my website, Unleash Your Ambition. Here, let me widen my screen. I apologize about that. There we go. I lead people, I guide them from Instagram. I want to get people off this platform as soon as possible. And they click on my link in my bio, and they're either going to have an option to sign up for my cash flow challenge, which is my monthly challenge. I host this once a month based on a different topic. Like this in November, it was the 5 days to create a simple content marketing strategy and increase sales. December's challenge is going to be on a different theme, and people have to sign up for it. So they can either get a free pass or get the VIP pass, right? And this is how I build my list. Another thing that is in my link in bio is I have a free video series. And each post has a different call to action that is related to where I want people to go. So this free video series literally goes to YouTube. You know, there's 3 free videos because this is my secondary platform. And I just started growing my YouTube like not even 5 weeks ago, right? So I want to make sure I'm leading people from Instagram to my YouTube because that's where I'm housing delicious content, right? And it's just an alternative. Like you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but you don't want to be all over the place either. So that's why I recommend a primary and secondary platform. The next thing is a free PDF. So I will have some posts on my Instagram feed that are going to be talking about money, sales, you know, things that you can do to increase your frequency of selling. And people have to get on my email list because here's the thing. You want to make sure that you're building your own database of potential clients and customers because, again, we do not own these platforms. We're renting a house on somebody else's land. We can get kicked out anytime. Another thing, I have a link that goes to my podcast, Unleash Your Ambition podcast, and it goes directly to my website, you know, on another page of my website. And, you know, somebody can pick out a particular episode, right? Okay. And then, like, this is all by design. Last one is watch videos on YouTube, subscribe. So this goes straight to, my YouTube page, right? Okay. So let's get into the next thing, which is content. Content. Now, I do have a video that goes into the 7 content pillar model in detail. I will leave it in the description box below. I'll even put it in the comments below, and I'll even add it for in this window. Like, you'll be able to click on it like towards the end of this video. So that way you can watch it, because I really recommend you do it, because it's really going to help you create endless ideas about like what to post, what to say, and it's very intentional. Very, very intentional. Okay, so what we're going to go over right now. Let me get my notes because I totally went blank. Okay, so I've already went through. Oh, I'll go into calls to action a little bit more. No, I think I've already done that. Now, if you're struggling, like wondering like what the heck you're going to say, or maybe you have no problem posting content, right? You have no problem posting content. You have no problem whatsoever. But it's the type of content that you're creating that is not getting the attention of the people who are the best fit for your offer, right? Maybe you haven't enrolled your first client yet, or maybe you haven't enrolled your next client in a while, and you really have to take a look at what message are you communicating, because that really makes a huge difference on the type of people who are following you on Instagram. And it also makes a huge difference on if the people that are following you are your best fit clients or customers. Because I tell you, it seems like majority of the time people are focusing on vanity metrics, the people that come to work with me, because that it seems like the more people you have following you, the more money you make. And that is just not true. I've had clients that have at least 10 times more followers than I have, and they're not making a dime. They're not making a dime. And it's because they were just focusing on followers, and they weren't focusing on the quality of followers and how you make sure you weed out people who are not the best fit. People who are not willing to do the work, people who are not taking radical responsibility for their lives and want to do whatever it takes to make a change. Your best fit clients are the people who take radical responsibility for their lives, and they want to make a change so they can get a specific result in their life, or results, right? So how you are speaking to those people is totally different than from someone who may or may not be interested in what you have to offer. If you start with, if my best fit client was reading or watching my Instagram video or reading my Instagram post, like, what do I need to be communicating to them to help them know that I'm the one who is competent enough to help them get the results that they want? And this is where the 7 content pillar model is the best thing to help you not only organize your thoughts, but create content in an intentional way that's going to help you enroll your best fit clients or customers into your offer. Okay. So there's 7 pieces of content. Proof of results, which is case studies and testimonials. Asking for the sale. You have to be asking for the sale. We cannot expect somebody to just automatically go to our website and buy something. We literally need to be talking about the thing that we're selling. You will notice through this live stream, I've been talking about the 6-figure foundation workshop. That is intentional, because anything that I'm sharing with you in here is literally what I help you with inside the 6-figure foundation workshop. Lifestyle snippets, You want to make sure that that's not all that you're sharing. Not unless you're a lifestyle brand. Okay? If you're not a lifestyle brand, then you need to have a balance with all of these 7 content pillars. Credibility booster. This is you being featured on podcasts, you collaborating with other influential people and experts, because that gives you authority, that gives you credibility, that makes you look like you are someone, which you already are. But perception is everything. You got to remember, people are more informed these days, and people want to know, like, if they're going to invest their money in you, they want to make sure you're the real deal. So the 7 content pillar model can help you make sure that you are perceived in a way to where your best fit client or customer knows without a shadow of a doubt you are the one who can help them get what they want. So if you are not being featured on podcasts, if you're not being featured in legacy media or new media, if you're not collaborating with other entrepreneurs, co-hosting live streams, right? Doing something together, co-creating something together of value, you're making this harder than it needs to be. Okay. And I will go into detail on another marketing and sales mastery for coaches when it comes to developing strategic partnerships. That is the cornerstone of my business. I never do anything alone in life or my business, because we're not meant to do things alone. We succeed faster together than by ourselves. That's why we live in communities. We're just made to do things together. We excel faster together. Okay. Showcasing your expertise. So are you regularly hosting some type of educational content? Now, when I say hosting, it doesn't mean you have to do a live stream, or it's whatever you want to do. If you would rather do it in written form, do that. If you'd rather do a webinar, do that. If you'd rather just come on impromptu on Instagram once a week for 15 minutes, do that. If you are not regularly educating your best fit client or customer that you're the one that can help them get what they want, you're going to make this harder. You have to showcase your expertise. This is why I do marketing and sales mastery for coaches every week, live Fridays, right here on YouTube. And then also on Tuesdays, what I do an Ask Me Anything video. I upload it right here on YouTube. You saw it. You saw a post about it on my Instagram. Right here. Oh, no, that's not Instagram. Right over here. So I'm making sure I am showcasing my expertise on Instagram. This is intentional. Another way that I showcase my expertise, I have clips of, sometimes I share videos. I don't have too many here, but actually this lesson goes over the 7 content pillar model, right? So I have an entire lesson on my Instagram, right? An entire 6-minute lesson about the 7 content pillar model. Every single week, twice a week, I am showcasing my expertise. Matter of fact, I'm showcasing my expertise every day, but deliberate showcasing my expertise Tuesdays and Fridays. And I'm doing this every week for the next year, all the way through the end of 2023. Okay. Like, I just started marketing and sales mastery for coaches. So I just started. So the traction has not built up for it yet. Right? I got to stay committed to this and get better at the process. So I'm doing this in real time. I'm failing forward in real time. All right. Next one is list build. So you have to be regularly building your list. So for example, I think it is this one. Yes. This video right here. My call to action, is for people to sign up for the cash flow challenge, right? So any of my posts are leading people either to the six-figure foundation workshop, which is my signature front end offer, right? I do have another offer. I have two offers, and then I have some little back end offers. But on the front end, to keep things simple for me, I promote my six-figure foundation workshop. My incubator is for people who have gone through the workshop already and they want to be in a group container, right? For 6 months. And if I'm not promoting that, then I'm promoting my challenge, right? So I have a streamlined approach of how I do this. Everything works together. And then the last one is encouraging engagement. These are the ones for encouraging engagement. This is usually my podcast. As a matter of fact, let me share this with you. So if people listen to my podcast, I know that is not literally on Instagram, but somebody goes from Instagram to my podcast episode. On my podcast, I want to hear from the people that are listening to my podcast. So I always mention in my podcast, we'd love to hear from you. Text 720-759-2349 to ask a question, leave feedback about this episode, or request a topic for a future episode. Because I'm encouraging engagement. I do this for every single episode, and I also leave it in text here on my blog, right? I also do it for my post. I don't know if hold on, let's see here. Have it for this post. I should, yeah, right here. I have a PS in my reel for episode 32. Says, after listening to the episode, I'd love to hear from you. I leave it open to encourage engagement. And you don't have to do it in the way that I'm doing it, but you want to ask questions, right? Ask questions. Ask for feedback, because to tell you, your best fit clients, your community that you're building on Instagram, they're going to like that, because they're going to feel that they are a part of something, because they are. They're a part of your movement. They are a part of your community that you've built based off of how you help people, based off of your mission, based off of the change that you want to see in the world. Okay. So that's the 7 content pillar model. I got that. And then I'm almost done. I'm zipping through this, aren't I? I'm doing good today. I am good on time today. All right. Okay, let me see here. My hair doesn't want to work for me today. It's not being my friend. Okay, the last thing. Responding to comments in Instagram. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about my Instagram engagement specialist. Okay, when it comes to responding to comments, you want to make sure you're doing that at least daily. So dedicate some time every single day. I respond to comments. I check my Instagram usually about 3 to 4 times a day. I'll check in the morning, I'll get in, see if there's any comments, and you can easily see who's commenting on your post. I know this isn't a beginner Instagram video, but just log into your Instagram, see, notifications if anybody has left a comment, right? So just keep on going. I've got a lot of people that have followed me since I last logged in. But I always make sure I answer comments. Okay? Always. You want to make sure you answer comments, even if it's thank you, right? Even if it's I have or emoji, just something, because not only does the algorithm see that your post is getting some buzz, but also you are connecting with the people that are following you? I make sure that I connect with the people that are commenting, who are especially my best fit clients or customers. Like, I do not want that to fall through their cracks. Now, I know I've already anticipated this. Like, there may come a time when I'm not able to comment 3 times a day. That's fine. Right now I can do that. Right? So think about what you can commit to right now. Now, here's another thing about Instagram. Let me make sure that I have this blown up enough for you to see. Let me blow this up. See, you want to make sure you're checking several times a day. And I don't encourage anyone to be on these social platforms for very long, because they are a time suck. All right. They can distract you from doing the work that's important. So you want to spend as less time as possible on Instagram or any other social platform. They are designed to keep you on the platform for as long as possible. All the platforms are designed that way. The engineers know how to have designed the algorithm, the AI that runs all of this, which is just crazy to think about. But it is designed to keep you on the platform and consume, 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 consume. You don't want to be a consumer. You want to be a creator. So that means it's going to take discipline for you to keep your head down, not look at what everybody's doing. Now, if it's for research purposes, that is a totally different story. But for me, I make sure I get my content posted, and I get the heck out of there. I come in later, check, see if I have comments. If I do, I answer those comments and get the heck out of there. All right. So you want to make sure you are disciplined, because if you're spending a lot of your time scrolling on Instagram, think about how much time you're wasting. Like, for real, think about how much time you're wasting. You can't get it back. So as a business owner, you want to make sure that you're being smart about this. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I invested in it. Here, let me stop sharing for a minute. At least minimize this. Okay, I invested in an Instagram engagement strategist. Oh my goodness, it must have been it's been about a year. If it's not a year yet, it is very close. And I hired her because I wanted not only to focus on growing my profile with quality followers, but also so I could get off the platform, so I could spend as less time as possible on the platform. So you might be wondering, like, what does my Instagram engagement strategist do? Or specialist. She likes to be called specialist. She connects with my target audience. So there's specific hashtags that I know where my best fit clients, or at least my target audience, is hanging out. So she goes to those hashtags and connects with the people's profiles there. So either she's following them, she's liking posts and leaving some comments that are aligned with me, right? So it's not like she's saying things that I would never say. Like, literally, you would not be able to tell if it's me or her commenting, right? And that is by design. But I do answer my comments. I do follow people. I also do like people's posts, but at a bare minimum. So she works, how many hours does she work a week? think she works 5 hours a week now. It's 4 or 5 hours a week. She works 4 to 5 hours a week, and she's off on the weekends, which I love. I'm off on the weekends too. Now, she is on the other side of the world. So while I'm awake, she's asleep, and vice versa. So that means that any time that I spend on the platform to engage with my people who are already following me, or I'm following them, I spend 10, maybe 15 minutes, and it not even in one sitting. Like, I do this throughout the day, right? That way I don't stay locked in to Instagram or any other social platform. And this has taken a long time for me to master, like years, literally years. And I do fall short every now and then. That is nothing like how it used to be. I get in, I get out. I know exactly why I'm logging in. Like right now, I'm logged into Instagram because I'm sharing with you my Instagram content marketing strategy. Right? That's it. I'm not scrolling. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm sharing exactly what I'm doing. So anyway, let me go back. Investing in her has helped me grow my business faster. Investing in her has helped me make sure that I have a quality Instagram account of people who are my target audience. Now, are all those people my best fit clients or customers? Maybe, maybe not. I won't know until they start going through my process, right? My content marketing process. So what I want you to think about after today are these 5 things, because we're almost out of time. There we go. So, first thing, posting schedule. Decide on a posting schedule that's going to work for you for at least the next 90 days. And when you get to the end of that 90-day period, evaluate what worked, what didn't work, what did you like or didn't like. What can you tweak to make it better for the next 90-day period? Right? And don't change, your frequency of how often you are posting. But you have to evaluate what you're doing, because if you're not getting the results, it's like insanity. You're just posting for the sake of posting. You want to tweak what you're doing. Second thing, content format, reels and stories. Make sure you're using reels and stories the most. I know it's tempting and easy to just have a static image and post it. And you can do this with reels. Actually, you can do this with reels because I've done it before. You can have the static picture in a reel, and that still counts as a reel, and it will get more reach. And reels are usually going to be pushed out to people who are not following you. The slide post and the static image post are usually for the people who are already following you. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're creating reels, because that's going to give you more exposure. Stories, want to use those because that's going to keep you top of mind for the people, top of mind. Oh my goodness. Top of the mind of the people who are already following you. Okay. Content type, captions, and hashtags. Now, I did not really go into detail about this today, except for the 7 content pillar model. So what I would recommend is you go to, let me go to, boom, boop. I'm going to go to my channel. That way you can see where I'm talking about. 7 content creation hacks. Nope, that's personal growth. Where's that? Well, shoot. Here it is, right here. 7 content creation hacks. Go to this video. I will leave the link below in the description box. You want to go to this because this is going to really help you create captions, content that is going to be intentional. Okay. So I'll leave it below in the video. In the description. Okay. I am getting confused about where everything's at. Oh, here. Yeah. So you want to make sure you use this. Why is it all white screen? Okay. There we go. I don't know why that's doing that. Okay. So make sure you go to this video. I'll leave it below. Okay. And then last thing, if I can get over there. If you have any questions about anything that I've gone over, let me stop sharing. Remove that. There we go. Okay, so if you have any questions about anything that I've gone over, don't hesitate to put them in the comments. I'm going to create a form, a link to a form like for you. Like if you have any questions, and you can submit it anonymously. Like I do it for my Ask Me Anything sessions, but I want to keep that separate from Marketing and Sales Mastery for Coaches. So if you have any suggestions for topics, you have a question, don't hesitate to ask me, because I created this weekly live stream for you because I want to be able to help you create a high converting marketing and sales process that's aligned with your mission, vision, and personality, and won't overwhelm you or burn you out. Okay. So let me know what you think about today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you if you're watching the replay, and if you showed up late, thank you for being here. And I will be here next week, 10 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. And if you are on my email list, you will definitely get notification. And if you're not, then I would say go to unleashyourambition.com and get on my email list, okay? Because I have several different ways that you can do that. Matter of fact, I'll leave some links below so you can get on my email list if you want emails from me. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week. Bye.